Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm a citizen journalist. I've been documenting these from the beginning. I go by VillainPhoenix online.
I know you.
You all right?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
man.
man, you too. I think I've followed you on a couple things.
Great.
Yeah,
Can I interview you guys real quick to start off my live stream?
sure.
Yeah. What can we call you? Your name or your nickname, whatever you want.
Part of the 1776 2.0.
1776 2.0.
Yep.
I'm gonna check in with my audience here as they're chiming in. How's the audio, guys? How's the video? Am I got sound in audio and video? Camera's a little shaky right now. I've got a gimbal and a mic on the order. Should be here soon. I got a computer on the order. A lot of editing's going to go on here pretty soon. So I'm talking to 1776 2.0 group here. They're here to, looks like, provide some security for this event. We're here at the Justice Center in Multnomah County, Portland, Oregon. There is a small group of flag wavers, Patriot types, and back to blue kind of types. I'm not sure what everybody is here representing, but I'm going to interview some of these 1776 guys here. So can you tell me what the 1776 is? Is that kind of like the Threepers?
No, it's just really what it is just a group of veterans. Usually majority of them combat veterans.
Okay.
And we have groups all over the United States and kind of provide security, help regulate, talks and stuff like that if we can.
Yeah.
And really just, attend some of these events that we think are going to be a little more violent than they should be.
All right.
Which doesn't help discussion at all with anybody.
Yeah.
We bring medics, stuff like that to make sure. So we just, kind of provide security at the same time, listening and trying to make everyone talk rather than fight.
All right. Someone in the audience says the 1776 guy is a lefty.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
As far as hand wide, yes.
Oh, that's probably what they meant, huh? Because you're holding your gun that way. I've got a lot of patriots in the audience, and they notice things like that pretty quickly.
Good.
So, all right. What made you get involved in this sort of thing?
Well, prior service, veteran.
Yeah.
Started to get the group together because it seemed like a lot of people had a common goal, in defending the country overseas.
Yeah.
And with all this going on, a lot of veterans see that as another conflict almost on our own streets.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are upset with how everyone's treating our flag that we fought for. And so a lot of people get involved, and we offer that for groups to come together because there's a lot of patriot groups throughout the United States. And we provide a little group training and kind of a coordination center for a lot of them.
Right on.
That way everyone's not off doing their own stuff, and it kind of helps everyone communicate and
Great.
do the same thing together.
Have you heard that the Oregon State Police put out a press release saying that they're not going to be willing to come up here and provide protection for the federal buildings if they're not going to prosecute the people they arrest?
That's correct. Yeah, it's unfortunate we got to that point, but yeah. I've heard that.
What are your thoughts on their decision for that?
I mean, it's if I was them, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't get paid enough to get the type of brutal treatment that they get every night and not being able to handle it. So
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that. So it's very frustrating for a lot of people.
Yeah. So has it been peaceful here so far this morning, or?
Yeah, overall, there's a little confrontation, not nothing, just the mace being sprayed, so nothing too bad. So far, it's been pretty good overall.
Right on.
Yeah, we've actually had a couple good conversations with some people coming over and talking with us.
Yeah. Interesting, guys. You guys want to say anything? Part of the same group or just buddies? Yeah. You want to? Yeah. Is that fresh to Portland or just to Oregon in general?
I moved here about 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
From Birmingham.
Huh? That's
Different.
yeah, quite different here. You came into the Lions then, I guess, huh?
Well, one of the main reasons I moved out here is I got back from deployment back in November.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to document using GoPros and my phone camera.
Yeah.
What type of narrative the news is pushing out, and what type of narrative is actually on the ground. Because you can speak to people that are actually here, and they have a completely different idea of what they're here for. The bigger organizations will put out memos and infographics on what their demands are, what they want, but then when you actually get on the ground in downtown, you can see that when you ask these people, that's not what they're actually here for. The only reason I stopped coming out here is I had a scuffle with Antifa walking back to the car, and the only thing that stopped them from doing anything towards me was open carrying, and that's why I'm doing it here today.
Yeah. Where was that at?
That was on the backside, in between. There's the 7-Eleven block over there.
All right.
In between Lonsdale and the 7-Eleven. I was just filming. There was a kid, about 15, carrying a handgun pointing at a car. So I tried to film it just so that if things escalated, it could be solved.
Yeah.
The police said they're not going to respond. So documentation was the only thing that I feel would be needed right there if the police weren't going to respond.
Okay.
So after all of that happened, walked back to my car, was followed by Antifa, pulled my shirt tight, let them know, hey, I do have a firearm, and that's the only thing that kept me from getting stabbed like other people.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So they got you in video pulling it, or you're not the event that happened a couple weeks ago where the guy was filmed pulling his gun on everybody chasing him?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
I came out here wearing all black, trying to blend in as much as possible.
Yeah.
Only thing I had on was GoPro.
Right on.
So I didn't do anything to identify like who I support. I wasn't here to counter protest. My main thing was to document. So now that things have heated up and there are people that are being violent, I do feel the need to come out and say, I support Trump in 2020. I support law and order. I support being able to have an open discussion without threats of violence. Just this morning I had a guy come up saying the only thing that's keeping me from coming up to you and ripping that hat off is one, this, and two, he said I have self-discipline.
Huh. So he was giving an argument for the Second Amendment then?
Pretty much, yeah. And he didn't realize it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Are you aware of the what they're calling the kid gang?
No.
So what you described as that 50-year-old carrying the gun, that's probably, some people call them the Bambinos, but they're a bunch of little kids. Some of them look so young you can't even believe they're 10 years old, but they're a group of street kids. They mob a dozen or more deep, and they're jumping adults, and they carry guns and knives. They've been stabbing people and robbing people in the area, mostly around the Justice Center. But several people have been jumped and attacked by them.
I've actually seen there was a group of kids past the 7-Eleven. They were lighting stuff on fire and dancing in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And then some guy came up to them because he thought that they were play fighting against each other.
Yeah.
A guy came up to him to try to say, hey guys, let's chill, not realizing they were just playing.
Yeah.
And when he approached them, they started, screaming obscenities and chased him all the way down, almost to the IMAX station, and ended up kicking his head in. I mean, it was rough.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of them are like 10 years old. I walked by a crowd one night, and I swore one of them looked like he was maybe 8 years old. But it's just insane, and they're just running feral out here, and they are pretty dangerous. I know they seem like they are just kids, but that many of them, they've hurt several people so far, and they are armed and very undisciplined or immature with those weapons. So,
well, one of the things that I've noticed about places like where I'm from, Birmingham versus Portland, is we had protests for about 6 days. Randall Wood from the mayor removed the Confederate monument, and that was pretty much it. The protest died down. There was very, very, very sparse breaking of windows and looting. Yeah. And that was it. It didn't last very long. I come out here, and a state that is like 90% white, and I haven't seen any headlines about Portland police, shooting unarmed people or anything like that. And this place is the most violent protest that I've seen besides Seattle.
Yeah.
And I think that goes to show that BLM as an organization may not be violent, but definitely the groups like Antifa that are latching onto the organization and hijacking the phrase Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I believe that's what's going on. So you have a hard time with average Americans looking at BLM and figuring out who is BLM and who is Antifa, because they mesh so well together.
Yep. There's also, within those names, there are several groups within them.
Right.
So there are several different Antifa groups. There are several groups that claim to be part of BLM, but they're their own movement. My opinion, and it's largely what's going on here, is that causes the violence is communist movements and anarchist movements under the banner of those different labels. The Black Lives Matter is straight out of the Communist Manifesto, dividing people by race and class, talking about class guilt, defining an entire group of people as oppressors. And then the anarchists are out here just to cause violence and destruction and chaos. There's not as many as those, but I think the reason why it's got such a hotbed in the Pacific Northwest is there's a lot of affluent, young, white liberal people up here that bought into those kind of utopian ideals, and they believe that the means justifies the ends, and so they can bring about their peaceful utopia through violence, which is oxymoronic to say the least.
And what's crazy is when you come out here and you look at who's actually on the ground protesting, you don't see people pulling up in Mercedes and white liberal kids pulling up in Mercedes to protest. You see a lot of street people. You see a lot of people from other communities that are coming out that are typically on the lower spectrum of finances.
Yeah.
And they're useful idiots is a good term. They're used by affluent, rich white liberals for a Marxist cause while pushing this BLM narrative. And that's what I think is going on more than anything.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for the interview. Like to have guys out here keeping the peace like yourself. So thank you guys for showing up with your weapons and just staying disciplined.
Thanks. Is
Thank you.
Is that the channel? Or?
No, this is just a random hat. VillainPhoenix. So we got some shit going down over here, you guys. So I got a yeet from World Troutline. Send me a Cash App donation. Thank you, yeet. He's talking about Steve, freight broker and PT News Network. If you see those yeets, that's what that's about. We got a almost scuffle here.
Yeah, we don't want no violence. Let's go!
Thank you, Will Troutline, for your continued support. That's very much appreciated. We got quite a lot of streamers out here today. That guy was at got a bunch of Antifa and Sharps out here getting ready to face off. They're ready to fight. There's a Black Rebel there, ready to go. What's up, Black Rebel? Let's check out the Patriot over here. How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. VillainPhoenix, documented the riots for over 2 months now. I'm trying to interview people. Can I ask you who you are?
Alan,
Alex?
Upside down.
yeah.
Alex, what brings you out here today?
Alan,
Alan.
freedom.
Freedom?
Yeah.
All right, are you with the group or are you independent?
Is it the freedom to be shot while black? Is it that freedom? The freedom to be shot while black? Is that the freedom you're fighting for?
Sometimes cops kill criminals. Sometimes cops kill
Yeah,
criminals.
actually, he wasn't committing a crime.
It's pretty loud here. There's a lot of music, guys. Sorry. Mike is on order. Mike will be here soon.
That was done explicitly for training.
Yeah, that happens so rarely. The odds of you getting blown up by a volcano.
Charles, the $5 super chat. Thank you.
I just want to make sure you're following
I got Will Troutwine with the another $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna step up and stop looking at the screen here for a minute and just kind of get the crowd here. So that down there, for reference, there is the federal building, Marco Hatfield. We are in front of. We got another yeet. We are in front of the Multnomah County Justice Center. Here is the right side of the protesters, the Patriot, pro-police, pro-America, pro-Second Amendment sides. In the street, we got a little mixture on both sides. On this side of the street is mostly the protester side, Black Lives Matter, Antifa types. There are several Sharps out in the crowd. If you guys don't know that, that's an Antifa group. Used to be just a punk kind of gang here in Portland. They've come under the Antifa umbrella. They, I believe it's skinheads against racial profiling. But one thing I have against weird groups like that is if what you're fighting for, if your fight causes so much violence and destruction, I don't know, maybe the minor racism that you're fighting against was that worse than the destruction and violence that you're causing with your fight? How you doing, sir? Pretty good. VillainPhoenix. I've been documenting matters for a couple of
I feel like a superstar.
Right on. Can I interview you?
Certainly.
Yeah, where can we call you?
Freedom.
Freedom? All right, Freedom. Let me see your flag here. You got an appeal to heaven. So are you out here for a religious cause, or what's your purpose for out here?
Brother, so I was called here, and I feel like, I guess it must be a religious cause.
Okay.
I don't think Donald Trump's going to solve the problems in our country. I don't think Black Lives Matter is going to solve the problems in our country. I think Jesus is our only salvation in this country. And I know actually people on both sides of this, and I heard it was happening. And I came down here because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And so that's it. If I have to fight, I'm going to fight for freedom, my friend.
Great.
It's on both sides.
What led you to be standing in the position where you're at today in a protest, holding a flag, preaching Jesus, preaching heaven, coming out into this violent crowd? Jesus, it's been your Christian path?
Yeah.
Scott Henderson says, Rise. Thank you very much. $10
I
super
wasn't a
chat.
big church-going guy or anything before the Rona hit and all this shit happened, and you see that, and then you see a race war start all over the country in a day, and all of a sudden, God found me, let's just say.
Okay.
So the last 2 months, you know, I've gone to Patriot flag waves. I've tried to show up to a couple of Black Lives Matters rallies to not counter protest, to talk. And sometimes you get some in, sometimes not, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here.
Well, thank you. See you out here today. I know since you said you followed me, my platform is just hoping for peace and dialogue. So it's nice when we get a presence out here to where it doesn't just immediately resort to violence.
Exactly, Dylan. And God bless you, son, because I think you're getting it out there. You know, I don't watch cable news. You're a fool if you watch cable news.
I agree.
So I love citizen journalists like yourself bringing out here so I can see it live and I know what's happening. So I don't have to rely on Sean Hannity or Anderson Cooper to tell me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be blessed, my friend.
Be safe, man. So you notice the guy there holding the boombox with the gray balaclava. That guy is at many protests causing disorder. He was at Seaside. I'm gonna get a little bit of the crowd here a little bit more, see what's going on, then I'll try to focus on trying to get some good interviews. Look at that guy. Got that mustache just rocking it up there. Many of the protesters here I have interviewed. If you look at my VillainPhoenix YouTube page, which you're watching on right now. So I've interviewed these two ladies here, right here, if you want to go on to my former videos. So as always, you see the left tactics of disrupting conversation and disrupting dialogue and repeated chanting over and over of simple phrases. That is actually a philosophical tactic. I'm not saying that all these people in this crowd are philosophically driven and that they're reading scholarly books and coming to these conclusions, but like one of the other men was saying, the masses are used for certain things. We got the black conservative street preacher there talking to one of the Antifa reporters. So, but anyways, that is part of what's called the Hegelian dialectic. It's also just part of the antithesis to the Western Enlightenment value or the Christian value of logos and reason and order and logic. So that's, you see that chanting, and it kind of is a form of mind-numbing meditation. It can often, you see that kind of stuff in brainwashing techniques. All right, I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm gonna step back and look at the chat for a second. We got Lisa P with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much for that. She says, "Eat, eat." For those who don't know, Freight Broker Live Crew, that's their calling signal is "Yeet, eat, yeet, eat." And there's a gentleman that's trying to brand my VillainPhoenix with a similar chant of Rise. I don't know if that'll work so much because Rise is part of the port and the culture in general. And then Rise is also associated with Timbers, and there's a Rise PDX Antifa group that's associated with. So. Do not stab. That's funny. Hey, Black Rebel, let me see this here. So if you guys don't know, this is Black Rebel. He got stabbed by Antifa several weeks ago. Up and well, doing healthy. Do not stab. I like that. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
100%.
Yeah, right on. Good to see you walking around and healthy and back at these events.
Glad to be out here.
You stay safe today, bud. We got the 2A guys with their semi-autos standing here on the, excuse me, sorry, ma'am. Standing there with their semi-autos, very disciplined, not trying to get too close to engaging the crowd. The left is constantly wanting to protest, but they don't let other people protest. We won't be able to talk to this guy because it's too loud, but I will be trying to interview him in a moment. Looks like the Patriot group is moving down this way. I'll go. Someone's saying go back in. Edward Angel wants me to interview Alan. I will do that. We'll find him here. So I've got this guy is following me around, trying to intimidate me. That guy too. That's one of the sharps that was at Seaside. So. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here. It looks like the Patriot group is trying to avoid conflict, so they're walking away here. The Black Lives Matter Antifa types took over the steps to the Justice Center. Not quite sure what's going on. The guy's telling me to fuck off and get the fuck out of here. There's only one protest allowed for the left. They want their right to protest, but nobody else gets to protest or speak their voice. Recognize a lot of these guys here, coming from all over the state. If you guys are patriots and interested in coming in this group, so you should come out. There's a need for numbers. Look how angry these people are. Very angry, just screaming, just pure rage. We're gonna talk to this guy. I interviewed him in Seaside real quick. Let's talk to Alan. Was it Alan or Alex? He got probably tattooed on his arm there. I'm sorry. I can't
talk right now, brother. I'm sorry.
Are you leading this? Do you know why we're going this way?
I'm not telling why we're going this way.
Okay. So. All right, you guys got to like, comment, and share this stuff. Get this out. This is devolving.
Why do you guys like me talking up there?
You want to go fucking protest somewhere else. Y'all may need to quit. Go back to Texas.
Yes, please do not stop us.
Go back to Texas. Hey, you gonna hit me with that bear mace? I got you all on camera, motherfucker. Bear mace me. You think I'm scared? I didn't come out here in gear like you. I ain't come with a paintball gun. I'm not a fucking bitch like you. I'm here in my fucking clothes with my camera.
Chrissy Lynn says, stay safe, eat. Super chat, thank you. Pommy Mommy, same thing. Keep reporting, stay safe, thank you. Will Troutwine again with the continued support. Thank you so much, Will. $20 super chat. Will says to not talk about support and hit me up with chats and super chats and that thing. That is very helpful.
What you come here to do then?
I'm not going to change your mind, so I'm not going to argue with you. How about that?
Got Black Rebel on the mic over there. This is not a closed street in the least bit here.
You know how to. No, you guys, y'all can follow us. Let's go, you guys. Let them follow us.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, you guys. Let them follow us.
I'd like to shout out to those of you veterans here in the crowd that are keeping peace. I know I can't come and talk to you all right now, but there are some of you that I'm in regular communication with. Just want to say thank you, you guys, and hope that. So Alan is saying that everybody's about to get bear maced.
No, I can walk wherever I want. No, you can't fucking bump into people. I can walk wherever I want. You can't bump into I didn't bump into anybody. I didn't touch anybody. You fucking made somebody. This guy uses the N-word liberally. You guys are all wrong. I'm telling you. Let's go. He uses the N-word like it's no big deal. I'm telling you, you fucking made somebody. I ain't planning on it. Get on the sidewalk.
The Lefty John Antifa reporter there is saying that Alex is known for using the N-word. I don't know if that's true or not.
We're going to keep walking.
So there's that guy. I want to interview him, but I think I'm going to stick on this for now.
Oh, back up. Still racist.
Alex ain't having it. Almost got me a little bit.
Hey, Sweeney.
So,
Do it again.
I do
Fucking dare you.
want peace as much as possible, but at what point do you start fighting back when people won't even allow you to have your own protest? Did you get maced? I'm not buying that he got maced that bad. I can't see because I've been maced, and it's not something you keep walking into a crowd once you're maced.
Look which side escalated the violence.
So someone's claiming that Chump is a pedophile. I don't know why they're saying that right now. So this guy's getting some mace out as well. I'm not wanting this to turn into a mace fight. He's got his gas mask on and he's very mace proof there. He's also got a nightstick. How you doing, bud? VillainPhoenix, can I interview for a second? You got quite the get up on. I gotta see what your story is. Looking dapper Dan.
My name's Greg.
Greg, what brings you out here today?
Freedom,
Freedom?
individuality. Hopefully the opportunity to have discussions with people that have different opinions. Hopefully we can do that non-violently, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I've been trying to get people to do for.
Why do you think they're following us? We're just trying to go to our cars and go home.
Because they're intolerant.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it's the claim of peaceful protest, but only they're allowed to protest, and we can only call it peaceful, even though it's not peaceful. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think they just want to make sure you guys leave.
Well, we're leaving. So
She's
at what point do
acting.
you stop making sure?
She's acting like she's a sweetie pie, handing out donuts and saying, "Oh, I just think they're trying to make sure you guys leave." Like she's just kind and innocent. One thing you'll learn about peaceful movements is that they tend to send the men out and keep the peace. Non-peaceful movements tend to send women out as shields. So he is stopping this car right here that's kind of rolling into the crowd and just menacing the crowd with his car. Definitely not a car that's just driving by. A no Nazi flag over there. Not sure what that corner flag is. And I don't know what that flag is up in the corner. Red and black and blue with $25 super chat. Says, Villain, you got this. Yeet, yeet. Thank you. So there's still that car. So we're here at Southwest Taylor and 3rd Avenue, just about a block away from the Marco Hatfield Justice Center. Coming up on the notorious 7-Eleven. This Black Lives Matter guy seems like a reasonable person.
Just because you haven't seen this.
Hey, sir, how you?
Show me right now.
It's a little tense right now.
That's a responsibility by the crew.
Put a fucking knife to the
No, show me. Show me the text. Show me.
Got a lot of good guys out here today that I've met personally. Racism chokes us all. While that may be true to an extent, I don't see how it's relevant. Dog poop stinks is another true statement that isn't really relevant to right now. Got our 2A guys up here, keeping a perimeter. Alex is getting mad. That's Lefty John. It's getting up in Alex's face.
Investigating. I don't give a fuck. I have every right to stand here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! And there he goes. Back. Look at this motherfucker.
Back up.
Back.
Shot him with a mace ball on his gas mask.
Back up! Get back! Get back!
Keep walking. You support this villain?
You support this? This is the shit you support.
Brad,
Well,
you lied to me. You've lied to me.
I didn't lie to you, man.
You've lied to me.
All my content's online. If you
Half the
miss,
shit you told me was bullshit. Half the shit you told me was bullshit.
I'm not for the starting of violence, but they can't even protest over there.
No one's touched any of it.
Fuck about your parents. I walk through that shit glad. You think that's gonna scare me?
You get touched just because what Alan Sweeney's doing. This dude fucking uses the N-word liberally.
That's I mentioned that to my crowd when I heard you said that. But
Will the world do the same? Or clearly you will.
so this is Lefty John, reporter for several years. But what's something I lied to you about, man? I had a pretty ominous conversation in front of the Apple Store a couple months ago with
I
you.
feel like you were being intentionally deceptive.
I wasn't.
You're acting like somebody that understands both sides.
I'm
You're as far right as you can get.
No, I'm not far right. You can watch all my stuff, and I am against violence. I want conversation. I want dialogue. I want to talk to Lives Matter people, but the only time I get a time to talk to them, they end up yelling at me or threatening me, and it's hard for me to get that side
Why
to.
are you getting video of people asking personal questions that don't apply to the protest? It's like you're trying to get fucking dirt on people.
No, so it's a deeper. My deeper concern. I'll hit you up on Twitter, man.
This is fucking fascism.
My deeper concern is philosophy and why the world is this way. So Alex is shooting people with the paintballs.
You think I'm scared of your fucking bear, man? I'll eat this shit for breakfast. You're the fucking snowflake that brought it here in the first place. Oh, now they're clapping taser. This is fucking America. Who the fuck do you think you are? Tell!
Back, bro. Now y'all started it, Reggie. Get back!
Got a little mace in my mouth. Definitely prefer the tear gas that the Oregon State Troopers shoot. That stuff is very mild and it tastes like cotton candy. This stuff's kind of miserable. Ugh. So if you guys are wondering what that conversation was, back before I was outed by anybody, I had a conversation with Lefty John, the man I was just talking to. I talked to him for must have been 2 hours one late night off camera in front of the Apple Store, and we had a discussion back and forth. And he's accusing me of having lied to him about stuff because I told him who I was and what I was about. And for the record, while I have tried to remain unbiased as far as my filming and not turning the camera away, my goal is not to come out here and get people arrested. Like, yeah, I'm mad that a lot of people are doing certain things, but and I do think that crimes need to be prosecuted, but I'm not everything. I don't take every job. My job and what I'm desiring to do is document this kind of stuff and to talk about philosophy, to talk about people's lives and where they've come from. So I have no intention on being misleading. I don't like all this rioting. I don't like that people are hurting people and committing crimes and not getting prosecuted. But my goal is not out here to do the police's job for them. I'm out here to document this stuff and to talk about meaning.
You fucking shoot indiscriminately. Talk to him about it. We'll quit fucking protecting us now. Stop us from doing it. You're doing it too. Yeah, people are trying to attack you.
Talk to you.
Tell your people to calm down. For what? For what? For what? Watch yourself.
So somebody's shooting BBs, it sounds like. There's that ting. A lot of these guys keep slingshots and other things and will shoot BBs. Maybe that was a pepper ball. They silly stringed him. Getting pretty tense, guys. Pam M says, I like the way you're documenting with the yeet yeet and the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Do a real quick plug. So if you guys don't know who I am, you're watching me on YouTube, VillainPhoenix channel. I've been documenting the riots since the end of May. I've been trying to be as unbiased as possible in the sense that I'm trying not to turn my camera away from things that happen and not try to create a narrative. I do have my opinions and my biases, and I try to be as honest about that as possible. I am Villain_Phoenix on Twitter, at Villain_Phoenix on Twitter. I am The Villain Report, Facebook page, The Villain Report. So you guys can like, follow, and share. I hope you guys are sharing this live stream and the other live streams here so people can see what's happening. So what's happening is that the patriot, right-wing, conservative, whatever label you want to give to these people, Two Amendment, conservative religious crews, we're walking in the middle of the street here. They were having an event in front of the Justice Center on the steps today, waving flags and showing a patriotic present in Portland. The Antifa, Black Matter Life, Black Bloc protester types started encroaching on them more and more. Many of them were threatening violence. At one point, this group decided to start marching and give up those steps. So there is Alex, is apparently a Proud Boy. I don't really know him, just met him here today. So this man doesn't seem very tough at all, but he's threatening people with guns because he knows that they won't shoot him. But so apparently Alex is a Proud Boy. I saw the Proud Boy tattoo on his arm. He is kind of leading the offense or defense, however you want to look at it. He's been spraying people with mace and pepper balls. Those people that he's following or spraying have been following and shouting and threatening and not allowing, they're accosting in general and threatening with violence the peaceful patriot types. So the right side is looking at this situation as though the right side is looking at this situation.
You're gonna get back, you fat fuck! Fat fuck!
It's a handicapped man that's at a lot of the protests over the last years, and the protester, Antifa, Black Lives Matter types manipulate him into anger. He's actually one of the sweetest, nicest people in the world when he's not doing stuff like this. He doesn't really know what he's doing. A really nice, sweet person, but they do that to him. Looks like we're holding up here. Not sure. Anyway, so the right sees this as they're infringing on their right to protest. That little dwarf just threw a rock at me. He missed, but he threw a rock at me. And I'm saying that because he's a presence. I'm not trying to, he's got a hammer in his hand too. But I'm not trying to demean him or whatever, but he's a presence and everybody knows who he is here at these protests. He did try to throw a rock at me. He missed. So the right is, some of the people in this crowd are defending their right to protest, and they're being followed through town. And
out your gun. You're a little coward. You're a fucking coward. When you come out in numbers, you won't get fucked.
So sorry that I'm not able to narrate that great, but the crowd is pretty tense right now. There's a pretty
gonna get a knife in your back, motherfucker.
pretty good threat of violence and injury here. So the right is trying to peacefully protest, and they were met with a large crowd of Antifa and Black Lives Matter protest types. They had superior numbers and started intimidating people with violence and threats of violence at the county steps, the Justice Center steps. Patriot crew decided to start marching, and the Antifa types, Black Bloc types, started following them and threatening them. And we've been marching for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes and still being followed and threatened. The left sees this, and they're claiming that they're being peaceful and that the use of bear mace and pepper balls is uncalled for. But you guys decide. Make your own opinions. You see the footage. There's lots of streams out here. You can make your own decisions. Nobody needs to craft a narrative for you. So if you guys want to like, subscribe, and follow my platforms, everything is listed in the description to this video. I think I was having some technical difficulties. Hope that got up there. If anybody's watching, please throw those up for me. So I have made some great equipment upgrades. Thank you to my donors. And those will be coming to me in the mail shortly. If you guys want to continue helping me to cover my expenses, you can hit up my donation platforms. The easiest for me turns out to be Cash App. I am $ VillainPhoenix on Cash App. $ VillainPhoenix on Cash App. I also have a Venmo. It's at @villain_Phoenix. And my PayPal is thevillainreport@gmail.com. And all those that you have donated, I'm thankful so much. You guys have helped me replace my equipment that was ruined and robbed. Helped me to cover hacking expenses to my computer. I've recently bought a new computer. I'll be editing some more stuff. And bought a microphone and a gimbal. They're on their way. I will be buying a flak jacket soon. But I do thank you guys greatly for your support. Much, much appreciated. So I don't know if that Patriot group is trapped in that parking garage.
We're all stopping here. So the guy that's standing in the middle, right? They call him.
Guys, the Patriot group has splintered, and many of them have left and gone home. A lot of the people that were providing security have left. It's an increasingly growing crowd of Antifa types. Chasing the man I interviewed on the bicycle.
Fucking go.
So, believe me, I want to be in that parking garage right now, but I've made some decisions for safety, and I am making those decisions with a group, and just not wise to go up there right now. So, how you doing, buddy? Stay safe. Say something to the audience. What was that about? Just the fact that you're trying to.
Well, I saw a man cross the street, and then he reached, and then he saw me, and I blew him a kiss because I have love for the guy. And then he took his backpack off and reached inside of it, and he concealed whatever he was hiding, and it could have been anything.
Yeah.
So I went away from him, and then I think it was mace, maybe.
He had a knife.
Oh, was it a knife?
It was a knife.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing. I mean, we show up to a peaceful protest, and then we try to leave, and then they chase us all over the city with weapons.
Yeah.
And where are the police? I mean, I fought 20 years for freedom, and I can't have it in my own country? Just freedom to go around and wave a flag? What kind of world are we living in?
I agree.
And there's no conversation. There's no dialogue. It's just hate. And all we have is love. So I blew this guy a kiss, and he chased me down with a knife. That's the audience.
He doesn't seem very secure.
Well, all these people are pretty insecure with their beliefs, and rightfully so. Because their beliefs are untenable. And they won't have a conversation with you because they'll shut you down and call your names because they can't have an intelligent conversation. They can't understand a perspective other than their own, and they don't want to. And that's the real tragedy. But that's what free speech is all about, so we can find out what those differences are and come to some kind of peaceful conclusion. But this chasing patriots down the street with fucking weapons and mace and hatred, this is not a country I'm proud of. We need to work on this. And yeah, Black Lives Matter, of course, all lives matter. But where's the freedom? That's more important, because if you don't have freedom, what do you have? It's frustrating.
What are your thoughts on the use of mace and pepper balls by the conservative side?
Well, I mean, I think you have a right and a responsibility to defend yourself.
Oh, never mind.
But I don't bring that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't have to defend myself. And if I get hurt, I guess that's God's will. But I'm not gonna come down here all geared up, ready to rumble. I'm gonna come down here ready for conversation.
Yeah.
And so we can have an exchange of ideas and understand where the common ground is.
How long have you been doing this, coming down to these things?
About 4 years.
4 years? Have you been assaulted or hurt?
Oh, several times. Yeah.
Anything serious?
There's been a hate crime. 2 guys tried to yank me off my bike, and I broke out their back window with my bike lock, thankfully, and the cops got them. But then, went to the Multnomah County, and nothing. They got community service, which none of them served.
Are you aware?
It was a hate crime, 2 against 1 in a truck on a bike.
Yeah.
And then Luis Marquez, the leader of Antifa, assaulted me in the streets of Portland. 8-minute video of it. That goes to court. It gets dismissed.
How do you think all his stuff is getting dismissed, and how he's able to maintain this protesting? A lot of people are speaking on rumors that he might be being paid to do these things, because it doesn't seem like he's got any legitimate income coming in, and he sure is out there a lot.
I don't know. That's for other people to investigate. But I mean, I'm not a dumb person, and I can spot trends. I mean, he's here all the time, and he's basically worthless. So where is he getting his money? It's a good question.
Yeah. What can you describe what happened when the right group, the Patriot group, started leaving the steps, and what happened there to cause that?
Well, I noticed that the Antifa Black Lives Matter group was getting more and more outraged, and there were more and more people showing up, and we were getting less and less of a position. So we decided to walk away before everything escalated.
Right.
And walking away ended up escalating. But there's really nothing you can do with these people.
I'd like to interview you again sometime. I'm getting intel that says we need to get out of here. So I'm VillainPhoenix. I don't know if you've followed me yet. On Facebook, it's a Villain Report. On Twitter, it's at villain_Phoenix, and we're on YouTube right now, live, and it's VillainPhoenix.
Awesome.
Send me out a
Well, good
DM
luck.
on something, and I'll reach out to you.
Okay, I'm on Twitter, Gregory Isaacson.
Okay, I'll get that. Thank you. Stay safe, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna look at the chat here for a second. I'm gonna turn off the live stream so that we can get out of the area. Thank you all for the information that you're giving out. Thank you for those that you came and provided protection today. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for those that are supporting me financially. If you want to do that for me, that easiest way is Cash App. It's $VillainPhoenix. And I also have a PayPal. It's thevillainreport@gmail.com. I do have a Venmo if that's easier for you. Venmo is at VillainPhoenix, at villain_Phoenix. It's the same as my Twitter on Venmo. The easiest for me, and the one that works out the best, turns out to be Cash App, $VillainPhoenix on Cash App. So I'm gonna look at the chat real quick here, and then I'm gonna sign out while we get out here. There will be another event today that I'm gonna be live at. Keep an eye out for notifications for that. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share to my platforms to keep growing this and help get the word out on these things that are happening. So, let's go up there.
That was something else.
So there's people running now. I think we just heard gunshots. You guys, I'm going into this, you guys. Send me some love. Send me some Cash App, guys. I don't know who's shooting, but I just heard gunshots and Antifa went running, so.
So they have the parking garage blocked on both sides.
Okay, what's that?
Hey, take cover! Take cover! Take cover! Now! Take cover!
Do you guys see any gunshots or just hear it?
Heard it.
That was a ground.
Inside, but they were very gunshots. Yeah.
Sounds like gunshots have been fired inside the parking garage. You guys hear where the gunshots came from?
No. Other side. One of the people coming out.
All right, we're going to the garage, you guys. I cannot tell you how much danger this is if you're not aware. You guys, go back in the mall. There's a gunman in here. There's shots fired in here. Go back in the mall. I want to go upstairs. go upstairs. Going upstairs. So.
Yeah, that's them in the red truck! The red truck! The red truck!
I'm gonna go clear the parking garage real quick. Look like some of the Patriots just came through in the red truck. I don't know what the right word to use for the different groups are. I have my opinions, but I keep things unbiased, so you guys make your own decisions. Watch what happens. If anybody wants to buy me a bulletproof vest, Cash App is $ VillainPhoenix. PayPal is thevillainreport@gmail.com. These are. I think the garage is clear as far as I see. Not seeing any victims. All right, guys. Make sure there's no one shot and bleeding out up here. I think everything's safe. I'm assuming that was gunfire to have people escape the garage. I don't see anything. I don't see any blood trails. I don't see anybody crying and screaming. Okay. Hey man, did you see the gunshots? Do you know if anybody got hurt?
I have no idea. That's what I came up here. I heard them and I just wanted to run up here.
I was a couple blocks away when I heard them. Did you? I'm out of breath running those stairs. Did it sound like they were in the garage or outside the garage?
It sounded like they were
in the garage?
Yeah.
All right, man. I swept all the floors. Didn't look like anybody shot or bleeding in here, so be careful, man. Carolyn with the $20 super chat, thank you. We'll try to Troutwine, sorry. Again with that support, thank you so much. Sorry, I'll have to scroll up in a minute. The $5 super chat disappeared before I could look at it. Parking garage seems to be clear. Nobody looks to be shot or hurt in here. Oh. There's nobody shot up there. Nobody's up there. Nobody's shot up there. No, there's nobody in the garage. It's clear. I swept all the floors. I'll get the fuck out of here now. Sorry for those of you who don't like language. All right. So I'm guessing that was just cover fire that happened. Whew. I set the garage. There's nobody in there. Nobody shot in there.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And I don't care. Democrats, I just want everybody out there. This is how Democrat voters. This is how. I don't want anything. No, I'm not talking to you. I know. Bitch, no. Please.
You're instigating. Get the fuck out of my face.
I don't know how this started.
I want to know why he ain't with his kids and he's out here at a protest with his plates covered. And nothing to do with you. Ain't nothing to do with that coming for him.
Well, vote for it. $20 super chat. I think that's a sticker. It's my first thing I've seen like that. Thank you so much.
I'm a daddy. It comes in my heart.
Whatever. We can stand there all fucking day. There's one guy's asshole out there fucking yelling Trump. As long as he's busy right here, babe. So keep it up.
I will.
Keep it up.
So, but you didn't, I know you're not voting.
Oh, so glad nobody was bleeding out up in that garage. That's what I was just worried. You know, someone's just been shot, just left up there to lay in there. Everybody's too scared to go in.
You and I were actually having a minute to talk. You can't even handle that. I just, I don't want fighting. Like, there's been shots fired here, and you come over here and start getting in a man with firearms. I think he's the one that's going to probably end up being shot in it.
You're just out to help people. Big fucking helper, aren't you? With your flag marching around helping people.
What are you doing?
Keeping your ass busy right here.
Are we all Americans? Answer the question. Are we all
That's my
Americans?
goal right now, bitch. I got one right here with the camera. You ain't gonna catch the shit going on over there.
Want the other things to happen?
Let me ask you a question. Are we all Americans?
I know that there's people that are in the U.S. that aren't Americans. In this group here,
Are we all Americans?
I assume so.
We all live in the U.S., right?
I'll ask you questions. You tell me. You can say whatever you want, but I'll interview you. What's going on? What's your point of view here?
I'm harassed.
I just got done making a delivery. I hear shots fired. I pull up to find out what the hell's going on, and then I cover my license plate because the fact of it is, I've already been called a racist pig and all this and that. When honestly, we live in America. We're supposed to stand united.
American flag there.
Right?
Yeah.
So then she comes up at me because I cover my license plate to make sure that my boys are safe for when I have them.
Yeah.
And she's trying to blast my ass. It's not right.
So you, from your perspective, it's not even safe to like have a license plate on your car today in this city. If you express anything as far as patriotism.
If you express anything at all in this liberal city at this present time, it's not safe to have any form of identification on your vehicle.
Yeah, that's scary stuff, man. So, you've been in Portland for a while, so I can't see the super chats right now. I'm in an interview.
I don't live in Portland.
Don't live in Portland, but Pacific Northwest?
Yep.
Okay.
My whole life.
Are you out here for part of the protest today? You said you were doing a delivery, but...
I was delivering for one of the companies that I'm contracted with. I hear shots fired, so I come out.
Sorry, man. Thank you for the interview. I got to hit this.
Yeah.
Why does he got a gun out? Why don't you have a mask?
So if you'll remember the Black to Blue event where those two guys jumped, that white man with the orange shirt, the short man there is that man from that day. He's one of the two men that were accosting the crowd. He's the one that had the bullhorn in that lady's face that day on my stream. The little one on the left. He was the one with the other guy. I think the FBK tattoo on his belly. But this guy was the one with the bullhorn in the black. I didn't see that. Sorry, was not looking at that. So this guy, the little guy, I can't film over there because he's got his ass hanging out. But anyways, the little guy screaming right now is one of the guys that was accosting the crowd, I believe. Could be wrong. Looks very similar. So he's accosting me sexually. Me too. Me too.
That's sick. Give me a break. Some people
asking me if I wanted to give him a fellatio. I don't. I declined. I declined that offer.
Not about seconds. So much more generation that never got a spanking when they were bad.
I'm live streaming. Can I interview you?
Sure.
Yeah? Are you out here for the protest today?
I'm just out here supporting the police.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm not protesting. I have a son that's in the Army. My wife, her ex-husband was 28 years. I sort of had a little change on how everything happens. You know, I get tickets by the police. I don't like it. But
Yeah.
you know what? Who are you going to call when something happens and you need help? You're going to call the police, you know?
The ones that scream to defund the police actually call the police when they need them, so that's ironic. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was Wednesday, I parked early up at the protest on Burnside, right? In my stupid little car.
I have about 30 seconds and I got to get out of here
I
for
waited and then I watched the kid fall off his truck.
Yeah.
And then guess what? The ambulance came. They
Yeah.
screamed at him because they didn't get there fast enough.
All right, I got to go. You have a good day, sir. Thank you for the interview. All right. There's a riot garbage down there. At least they were kind enough to bag it up. There's the Justice Center and the fences.
Everybody got spooked when the shots were fired or whatever.
Yeah. I swept every floor. I didn't see anybody up there still, and nobody was laying shot. All right, we're gonna try to get out of here. We are being followed. I guess they stopped following. At least not obviously following us.
This is the unfenceable fence.
I'm gonna go off here in a second.
This is the platform for the protesters to stand on to put over the fence.
I got a brave man, villain, much appreciated. You're running towards the danger in the name of truth. That was from Gary Brabs, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Mary Bodeford, his sticker's still up there. Thank you so much. You are amazing. $20 super chat sticker. Thank you so much. And one just disappeared, but I think I read it already. If I missed any of you guys' super chats, know that they are much appreciated. I do not mean to miss them. Look at, they make a fake elk to replace it. Did you guys get that elk mache on video? So you can check out, we're not gonna go off right now, we need to get out of here, but check out Common Sense Conservatives video. He says he got that pretty good earlier. That's the former elk statue in the background there. Looks like they made a paper mache elk statue in its place. It's become a Black Lives Matter shrine for several weeks. All right, you guys. In about another 30 seconds, I'm gonna tune out here so we can get safely to vehicles. Shooting was about 20 or 30 minutes ago. I think it was probably just cover fire for the groups on the right that were trying to get out of the garage with their vehicles. I can't confirm that, so I assume. So I'm gonna go out here for a second. You guys, please check out the Villain Report on Facebook if you have not, the Villain Report page. On Twitter, I'm Villain_Phoenix, at Villain_Phoenix on Twitter. You guys are watching me on YouTube, VillainPhoenix. Please like, share, subscribe. If you guys want to help me out financially, you can donate to a number of platforms I have. They may be in the video, but I was having technical difficulties and it kept deleting earlier. But I have a Cash App, it's $VillainPhoenix, $VillainPhoenix. I also have PayPal, it's the villainreport@gmail.com. And then villainreport@gmail.com. And then I have Venmo, is at Villain_Phoenix. I still have my GoFundMe up on the Twitter page at the top. my pinned tweet, I believe. But the easiest thing for me is Cash App at Cash App $VillainPhoenix. You guys, I do thank you for the super chats, and that is a way for you to get me to see your chat, and I can read that chat for you as long as I'm able to get to it. I see most of them. If you're looking to just donate to me and help me out, Cash App is a better way. YouTube takes 30% of the cash super chats, but I do appreciate those. If you want to use that to send a chat in the video, that is completely awesome, and I will try to read every one of those as I can. So I'm going to sign out now. You guys have a safe day. I will be back on for another live event earlier. I'll let you guys know what that is and where that is right towards the time. So keep an eye out for your notifications on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll come up and say I'm live later. You guys have a good day. Thank you so much. I got some more. Oh man, Will Troutline, $50 super chat. Thank you so much. I see you're 50 and raised. Thank you so much. Got $5 from Tim Lowry. Wish I could do more. Thank you so much. He says, stay safe, Villain. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And I got Kylo Soul, have your opinion, don't let your opinion have you. Thank you for remaining unbiased, stay safe. I like that quote, that's awesome. And PT News Network sends me out a 50. Thank you so much, PT. Yeet to them. You guys check out PT News Network and watch him stream the riots every night. He's got a good source of information on many different things, not just the riots. And I am signing out. Thank you so much, you guys.